Hello folks and welcome to Rimworld. This is the space colonization game, which is awesome. I've already done a video on it. It's also one of my banes. I have never done particularly well. I had a quick shot of this before starting to record this series, in the hopes of trying to teach myself some stuff. And you know, it was fairly successful. I got a fairly sizable colony. I even got to the point where I was almost building the ship to escape. And then I accidentally killed 3 of my people, and then it was a long spiral demise after that because my colony was too big to manage on their own. In any case, let's go ahead and create a new colony. They have added the feature to create your own worlds, which doesn't really seem to be. I mean, you have to do it when you first begin, but in all honesty, apart from randomizing the seed, I mean, it's not. There's hardly any options. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a massive thing for now, but obviously it can be expanded upon later. Challenge. I mean, I can have it 100%. I can have it at 60%. Or I can have it at 25%, so the enemy threat is going to be 25% as big as challenge. No, I'm going to go with 60, because I got fairly far with that, but in any case, yeah. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's go ahead and do this one. And we're going to have Old Menkib as the world that I've generated. And we're going to go ahead and spawn over here. So if you look, there's a few colonies, failures, and there's a friendly tribe of idiots. So let's go ahead and start off in these mountains. I wanted to do jungle biome, because I enjoy the jungle biome. Although, I haven't tried the coast before. Let's see if this gives us a good one, because if it doesn't give us a good one, then I'll leave it. Biologist, barkeep, empath, entrepreneur, empath, Undertaker, noble. You don't want nobles, they're useless. Miner would be good. Henchman, minstrel, mercenary. Mercenary would be good for the shooting, that'd be quite nice. Research is okay at. Cooking, crafting, yeah, he's pretty good at that. Let's keep him there. He's incapable of plant work, which is a bit. You don't want that. Surgeon is incapable of intellectual. Huh. That doesn't make much sense. Seeing as to get to surgeon stage, you need to be an intellectual. We'll just skip over that. Settler, they're pretty good at a lot of things actually. We'll keep you, and I'd quite like a doctor if I can get one. Research. That's ridiculous. The good researcher. That means we'll get through things extremely quickly. I want a doctor though. Oh, give me a doctor. There we go. Surgeon. Researching's pretty good, and he's not incapable of anything. That's good. That sounds good to me. Caring and social. Never mind. Start. Let's go ahead. There we go. I thought it was going to crash there. So we wake up in our cryo sleep containers. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So that's our fellows. If you look at them, it should be the same characters that we had there. What were you? You were. I don't even know. Yeah. So you're the miner, you're the surgeon, and you're the settler. So yeah, we've got quite a nice range. First thing you want to do is make sure that they arm themselves. So you got usually spawn with 2 pistols and a Lee Enfield. So make sure they pick them up, and then what you do then is just select all of these resources and just enable them to be picked up, because this to begin with are your starting stuff that you really need. Now let's have a quick scout around. Where is a good place to have our base? I like the silver there, it's quite cool. There really isn't much, I have to admit. What you quite like to find is what's quite nice to find is things like these out in the open. In any case, it looks like that's not going to happen. So what we're going to do is use this place up here. Yeah, definitely this place up here. That's grand. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and designate some zones. So stockpile zone can be outside for now, just for now. I'll be moving it inside later on, and then you basically just store. Don't allow rotten, but you want You don't want buried corpses, you don't want humanoid corpses, but you want animal corpses, because that means when they hunt, they'll bring them back there. Okay, so that's good. You don't really want weapons, although, yeah, we'll leave that be. Good, we're good. We're all good. So that's the storage. Now, we also need a dumping stockpile. That can be a little further, that can be next to it over here. And that's just everything, but not corpses. And you're going to want to basically, when you get to, I'm going to create a mass grave over here for bodies. So this is going to be not chunks, but it is going to be corpses. But it's not going to be animal, and it's not going to be mechanoid. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to have this one. This should be mechanoid corpses as well. There we go. Easy peasy done. That's the storage area. Now we also need to have a bit of a farm going, so let's go ahead and get the farm up. So zone, zone, and this is going to be growing zone. So you want a fairly sizable growing zone, because they need to look after that. So there's only 3 of us to begin with, so that should be plenty. And then all we're going to do at this point is just give them some mining orders. So mine. This looks to all be metal, which is fantastic. We can just brutalize that baby. And then we can create the entrance to our home. It looks like there's already a nice building for us here, which is fantastic. I've just realized that... never mind. So we can just start digging into these places, and we're all sorted. You got plenty of stuff here. So this is going to be a room. We should probably build some bedrooms. So let's do them over this side. Bedrooms can be over here. Oop. You don't really need much space for bedrooms. They can be just 6 for now. Like so. Yeah. Easy peasy. All you need them to be is just inside the rock formation, and you're laughing. Yeah, we're all good. So let's just. I guess we should probably unpause, but first I'm just going to select some of the food and things that's on the way, and let them be grabbable. By grabbable, I'm talking about the ability for them to pick them up and take them in and use them. Easy peasy. Silver. Metal. Okay. So first things first, we need to sort out our power arrangements. Now, there's not all that much space here, which is a little bit worrying to begin with. We're going to have to expand. In fact, let's just go ahead and expand now. Mining. Mine. Hello. Let's just get rid of all of this, basically. And all of this. All the way to there. Like so. That's going to clear out that area, which is quite nice. I actually also want to do that. There we go. So we're basically just clearing out this area here for space. And then I'm also going to order them to build a wooden wall for now, like so. I'll cancel one of the middle pieces. There we go. So that's going to be the entrance. Right, in any case, I think it's time to carry on. We'll eventually need to build these. So I'm going to build this one in here, the food hopper. Oh, I didn't mean that. Cancel that. You can be built there. We have hoppers either side of you. You want plenty of hoppers there. Oh, crap. I didn't mean that. You can cancel you. There we go. Butcher table are useful to have, as well as cooking stoves for cooking. I don't have enough room for that. Damn. Never mind, we can put that somewhere else. Okay, so they're over and they're starting to do their business. I'm also going to give them some orders. For instance, I'm going to tell them to harvest. I don't need to harvest, but I do need to chop wood. So let's go ahead and get some wood. There we go. So they're going to chop some trees there to get the wood. Same over there. There we go. So they're starting to mine. If you look at the overview of the settlement, we've got a bunch of folks here doing, this is the jobs that they're capable of. So this guy, the surgeon, is basically holing, crafting, and that's it. We don't want that. We want him to be cooking. We want him to be growing and plant cutting. So he's going to start doing this as well. Okay, so they're bringing the food over. We've got some, these are meals, these ration packs, survival ration packs, which we're going to have to survive on for a wee while until we get this sorted and get on top of that. When there's enough room here, I'm going to immediately put down some solar panels to get some of our power needs on the go. This metal should do us for quite a while, so once we got rid of that, we don't necessarily need to immediately get all of this stuff. Although, I think I might just tell them to mine out this to begin with, because I'm pretty sure this is silver. And silver is money. You want money. Lots of silver here. That's good. Okay, so things are looking pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up for now. Because there's not much point waiting. We can always pause it. Now, the one bit of advice I would give to most folks, and it's something I'm really, really bad at myself, is keeping the micro. You really need to stay on top of like what the individual controls of what you're doing. Like they're all having their wee munch during the day. So like at the beginning, don't give them loads and loads and loads of orders. I mean, I've already given them quite a few orders, but really just let them get through. I need you to prioritize on this, please. Thank you. Yeah. Same with you, Cat. Please prioritize this so we can get that power on the go. There we go. Right, so while they're building that, we need to go ahead and choose some solar arrays. So I'm going to put them up here. We're going to have 2 for now. And it means they're immediately going to start building them. And we can then get some power conduits, batteries, and then our power needs should be okay for a wee while. We also definitely need them to give these holding orders for getting rid of all these rocks that are inside the base that we can't use. As you can see, this power one isn't actually getting power, so what you need to do then is get a no roof region. So I'm just going to put it over both of the solar generators. So in theory, this should now start being powered. It's in a no roof region, so why is it not being powered? Okay, you know what? Let's make the no roof region across all of this. No roof over any of this. Yeah, like so. There we go. So doing this nicely. Very nicely, just moving on. Quite a lot of mining to begin with, that's fine. We're just exposing quite a lot of space. Let's give them some more holing orders. Hole you. And you, we don't really need any of these guys. Getting them out of the way. We've got more holing that we need to do up here actually. There we go. This mining is going to take a lot longer than the mining going on over there. You're not mining? Yeah, cool. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. We don't have as much food sources, so they're going to need to come down and grab that food source and all of these supplies. So they're going to need to make those trips up and down and up and down. That's fine though, we can deal with that. I'm not in the best spot. This doesn't really provide much expansion, so I'm actually going to end up needing to build out, which isn't great because that means it's a hell of a lot harder to defend. So we shall see how it happens and how it ends up. I really don't like. Why is that not powering? What, I don't get why that isn't working. So we're just going to deconstruct that and maybe rebuild it. Okay, so a group from Borbas. Okay, so these are the local tribesmen. So they're quite friendly at the moment. That can change, and sometimes you do get local tribesmen attacking. So that's always fun. Just while I remember, let's go ahead and build a metal auto door. which we'll obviously need to power. Just gonna run it along like so. Why is this not working? I'm just going to deconstruct that because it's just being useless, and then we're going to build some batteries. And then we're going to build... Oh, hello. Looks like we are already under attack. A local wild boar. Oh, good. Where's that? That's all the way over there. And it looks like it's coming for us. So, what we're going to do is we're going to draft all of these guys, and we're going to bring them outside and help them. There we go. Wild boar is down. We're going to undraft them. A bit of a fight there. Probably shouldn't have had it sped. And you can go and... Actually, I need you to be drafted again. Palmer. Oh, you're going to eat. Never mind. We'll let them eat. You have... Oh! Cargo pods clashing. That means we have more food. That's good. More food is good. And we definitely need to transport all of this stuff, so let's give them some more orders to haul. And as you can see, our inside is now lovely and exposed. And we've got some more metal ore there for when we need it. This is why you need batteries, because obviously during the day, you then have the solar panels struggle to maintain their solar paneling charge. No, don't build that. Oh, you muppet. You complete and utter muppet. You built that before building these two. We'll have to eventually dig there. In fact, let's just do that now. We don't need to wait. Okay, so we're just building. There we go. I mean, all we really need is a single wall of stone all the way around. Now I think about it, and then we can just have that. You know, let's just make a big cave system, so we can basically just mine everything out. Don't need that because it's just pointless. See what I'm doing? It's just all the way over, all the way along. I mean, it's a fairly... Oop, let's cancel that one. Okay, what have we got here? Group of travelers are passing by. That's good. So basically what I'm doing here is just mining through. See, I really need this ore, so let's go ahead and cancel this, because that might come in even further, although I have a feeling it's all the way here, so that's slightly worrying. In any case, we can carry on over here. Like so. Maybe, no, we might just leave this side a wee bit. Because frankly it's just good to have space inside, so let's go ahead and just mine everything out. There we go, we're just creating more space for ourselves. Okay, so we need to power that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link a power conduit going from here all the way along to there. There we go. Oh, Crashville, hell no. Petersville. Because I am extremely up myself. We do need defenses. That's actually something I should probably think about. Security, sandbags. Let's go ahead and put... Basically, I want a wall of sandbags coming into the settlement. I might put some security turrets down as well. A little bit worried because this open area means when the enemy have long range weapons and I don't, they can just fire. I quite like having a bit of a tunnel for them to come through. That means they need to like come through the tunnel to come and attack me, which means that I can basically organize it so they struggle to get even mildly close. Sorry, to attack me from far away. Injured wild boar. You know what? While they're here, I may as well get some hunting going on. Boom. Easy peasy. There we go. So a bunch of them have been marked to hunt. So my guys are just gonna shoot them, and then they've got their bodies for then carving on this butcher table, which we can then use. So no complaints. I think it's time to organize this zone to be inside. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get stockpile, and we're going to get it inside. So I want it to be, I'd quite like it for it to be here. It's going along here, like so. And this is just going to be all the useful stuff. Storage. It's not going to be weapons. It's not going to be chunks. It is going to be both of them, but it's not going to be them. There we go. Sorted. Which probably we'll need to delete that one eventually. He's firing so far away. Lots of firing. It would be nice to get that geothermal generator from that, but it's just a bit too far away. Very, very undefensible. Even that one's a bit too far. So I got some corpses there which can be used, but obviously you basically need to just butcher a creature and then just have that as a constant thing. So just every single time there's bodies, they're just going to butcher them all the time. Grain, you are hurt. We need to get some beds down, purely because they're taking ages to mine out this stuff. So furniture, sleeping spot. We're just gonna plonk 3 down because that's all we need at the moment. There we go. Oh look, the solar panel's working there. Oh, horrible rainy weather. Oh, very horrible rainy weather. So we had a zone, we had a no roof region. Yeah, we're actually gonna designate all of this as a no roof region. Oh, cool. Right, we've got no trading capacity. Oh, green has an infection. We need to designate something as being a medical bed then. So I'm gonna have a another sleeping spot, and this is going to be a medical bed. Just until we get these rooms sorted. How's it going, guys? The cat's just gonna heal up. What you can do is you can actually look at their health, and she's got an infected minor untreated torso. You can't really do anything to that in terms of the operations. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to tell green to, well, I'll just stay there, I guess. Which ones are... You are a surgeon, right. Can I tell you to prioritize healing green? I need you to go and heal it, because it's not treated yet. So he's going to take some medic supplies, which we really should have brought up already. Come on guys, get on top of that. We do have some visitors. Big Red and Victor. Good quality, there we go. So she's been treated well. Infection minor, so we need to just keep having that happening. I think he's gone to get more medicine, maybe. No, he's eating, and I don't know what he's doing. No, what are you doing, Green? You need to keep on top of that, my friend. I want you to rest until you're fully healed. Because you are currently suffering. Can you... Okay. So there we go. We can actually... They can get nutrient paste from that now. We also need to build a table for them to eat at. So let's go ahead and get a short metal table. Well, wooden table, actually. And we can place it... Let's place it over here. And we'll give them a couple of wooden stools to sit at while they're eating. Okay. So the visitors have gone. So it's just us again. I should really deconstruct the entrance. Because it takes a while to walk over it. There we go, we're healing up. And we're feeding her. Let's have a quick look at her health. Infection major. Oi! You! Oh dear. Green might die from infection because apparently we're not too good. We can't get you to heal green up. Well, let's see if we can get some can we do an operation for her? We've got a bad back and an infection. No, I can't really do much. Oh dear. I mean, one way of doing things is you take prisoners, then you can harvest their organs to then sell, which is particularly grim. Now if I think about it, we really don't need like these walls at all. I like having an open space with things happening. Okay. Not much is going on. There we go. Take your nutrient paste before the sun goes down and the batteries run out. What I'm actually going to do is get some standing lamps just here, just next to their bed, so when they're working they feel a bit better. Actually in here as well, because they get a wee bit happier when there's light. Severe diseases, yes I know, but there's nothing I can do. Extreme untreated. How do I treat her? Because the surgeon is not letting me do anything. Heal the miner, you muppet. Jesus. Wait, oi. Why aren't you resting? It's not letting me do anything with you until you rest. You fool. I can't do anything. Oh dear. How frustrating. Looks like we're okay. Now they're sleeping. Never mind. In any case, what we can do is start getting things like this. We can build a wooden bed in this place, and we can get a standing lamp in the corner, and we can give them a metal pot, sorry, a wooden pot because they're cheaper, and we'll give them a wooden door. There we go. So the first room is now ready. You really want to get a proper medic bed for a medic room. Oh good, we can build more batteries. Let's go ahead and do that. So that battery there. I'm going to wait and then do the next battery once they've uncovered that wall. There we go. So we've got someone's room already. Obviously we need to actually power that, so let's go ahead and build the power cable. There we go, so the light's on. So that's someone's room. So we're actually going to deconstruct one of their beds. Oh dear. We've got a guy with a knife coming from up north. So what we're going to do is we're going to man the defences. Quick. Let's just press pause instead of fast, because he's attacking with a knife. But there we go, we've got him. What we need to do now actually is what we can do is we can set for... What I'm going to do quickly actually is build a door here, and then we're also going to build a bed in the corner, and we should probably get a lamp, and yeah, same actually here, although we need to hold the flag because that's ridiculous. Basically what I'm doing here is getting space for these fellows to have prisoners, so I can then do horrible things to them. You can take the knife and put it on the non-existent weapons rack, now I think about it. Yeah. Let's get some weapons rack going. So let's just have it next to the store, and 4 will do fine for now. Carry on, guys. You're probably going to bleed out at some point. Okay, right, you are going to be marked for prisoners, although we need to wait until the door is in place. There we go, marked for prisoners. So that is now a prisoner room. So what we can do is we can say capture. So we've captured the pirate, and the pirate's been put in that room. Now, what we can then do to this guy, this guy, is choose what happens. So, friendly chats, try to recruit, and gets medicine. So, we're going to basically try to get him on board. Palmer, what are you doing? You're not the surgeon. Oh no, you are the surgeon. You're just bad at it, apparently. Green, you need to, like, someone needs to get into that bed, because it's just silly that no one's in that bed. Maybe it's Palmer's bed. A conceptual artist. Good for him. We've got some visitors. They're always fun. Right, let's go ahead and get that next wooden bed in there with a standing lamp in the corner. This isn't going to work, this door. Where can the door be? There, whatever. That'll be fine. That's not going to work at all. That's going to block it out. Let's go ahead and cancel that. You can just not have a door to your room. And you can just not have to worry about privacy. So we can then deconstruct that bed, and we're good. Okay, so what we're going to want to build again is a medic place, so I should think about that. Obviously we don't want to interfere with the rooms here, so what I'm doing is just building around them. Visitors are leaving, people aren't recruiting them, that's fair enough. These guys should all be happier now they're in beds. Green, how is your infection? Oh, stab scar. Bad luck. Bad back. Okay, so we can't really do much. And there's no point in doing it. You're fine. You should be good. You're going to be healed soon. Oh, Palmer successfully recruited Ismu. We now have another guy. So Izumu. That's not going to be a prisoner. That's going to be for colonists. So that's now your bed. And we need to make another room for the new guy. I really want to use the space, but there's no way of using the space unless I open up this room. Never mind. We're going to have to do that. I can always edit it later. We don't need that. But we can get this. I'm just using as much space as possible over this side, which wasn't particularly well done before. Oh, look at this. This is all going to be silver, isn't it? Oh well. In any case, I forgot we need to get a orbital trade beacon, and we're going to put it right next to our storage, which is over there, obviously. And then we're going to need a comms console to access those folks when they're trying to trade. We can put that there. And we definitely need a research station because, like, we need to get on top of that research ASAP. That can be in the middle, yeah, whatever. Such a bad use of space. I'm so bad at space. There we go, actually, it could be. I'm not going to fit anything else in there. Power. Let's get another solar array right next to the first. And some more batteries. So we can get another battery there. And some more batteries along. Like so. And what we don't need, actually, is these two bits of wall here. Because they can use that as a path. So obviously building these batteries is good because they then start getting charged during the day. So that means we keep getting power during the night. What's Isamu good at? Actually, now we have a look. Isamu is good at being a patient and a warden. He's good at constructing, repairing, growing, mining. These are all good traits. We're also going to have plant cutting. And we're going to add hunting and cooking. Easy peasy. Okay, what I'm going to do actually is build that other table I forgot to build, the cook stove. Because it's a good table to have. You're going to want to have it as soon as you can, in-game. We're actually going to put it next to the actual table. And it's going, yeah, there we go. Oh, they're all resting. Where's Isfamu? Izamu. Oh, you're going off and doing your own thing. Fair enough, that's okay. Here in Petersville, we don't mind that. Oh dear. A wee while ago now, the end episode timer went and I completely ignored it. So in any case, I should really stop it so the end episode isn't going to be too long. I will be recording more of this, and I hope you join me for the second episode. In any case, this has been Peter. Things are going pretty well, and I shall be seeing you again next time.